Right now I'm standing in front of what was the filming location for the 1979 horror classic. There's a common misconception that it was actually filmed at the real-life house in Amityville, Long Island, but that's not the case. It was actually filmed right here in Toms River, New Jersey. Stay tuned until the end of this video for footage of the actual Amityville Horror House. And away we go. Now, as the story goes, the house was outfitted for the movie itself. It never had the gambrel roof and 2-quarter windows that create that iconic image. Yet, this is the filming location for the 1979 horror classic, the Amityville Horror. Now, the house itself obviously underwent a lot of changes over a 40-year period. Yeah, this is it. Now, in the movie, you could see 3 windows along the rooftop there. It has the barn-style gambrel roof. Once the movie filming came to an end, they wrapped it up and they dismantled that. But yeah, that was all constructed for the movie. I mean, when you think about it, the fact that they were able to find a house that had a waterway in the back of the property with a Dutch colonial style that basically resembled the actual house in Amityville, Long Island, was pretty incredible. There's that well-known scene when James Brolin is chopping firewood in front of the house there, and Margot Kidder pulls in. It's basically along there. There used to be a tree in front of the main entrance, a big tree, and obviously that was taken down. But you could see when she pulls in, you could see this house in the background. You know, there was some debate as to whether or not, oh, look at that. Those garage windows appear to be a little different. They almost have that same design. Awesome. At another Toms River, New Jersey location, which was the site of the Witch's Brew Bar, which is now a law office. I can make a bad joke or two, but I'll pass. Pretty cool. You see the buildings, the adjacent buildings have changed. There's one that's no longer there. And then this new one here, the Music Academy building. There was something there as well, but that's a new building. It wasn't that. But yes, right here is where James Brolin parked his bike and went on into the bar. Now here's the spot, right around the spot where James Brolin was on his bike to visiting the town hall, which is actually the municipal town hall building here in Toms River, New Jersey. Now, you're not going to be able to appreciate a true angle because there's too many things in the way of the shot. I'll get a little closer. This way you get to see those, I believe, Greek Revival columns situated right in front of the building. There we go. See down the street a bit. The shot as well. Very cool. Also very cool. Now in the town of Lakewood, New Jersey, at the Georgian Court University Sunken Gardens, which are now closed off, unfortunately, but you can see this is the very location where the priest met. Pretty incredible. There's the lion at the bottom of the stairwell there. Obviously, by the looks of things, this has seen better days, but very nice to see. Yeah, Father Boland came walking down that stairwell. Trying to figure out a way in here, but I don't think that's going to happen. Give you a better idea of what I'm dealing with. Now we're in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, at St. Peter's Church, which is one of the 3 New Jersey filming locations used for this 1979 horror classic. The rest of the scenes were done on a soundstage, of course. It's where all the scenes were filmed inside Father Delaney's office and inside the church itself, where that very memorable scene happened. Very dramatic scene. The 1977 J. Hanson novel with the same title name as the movie used an alias for Father Pecoraro, who in turn was basically supposed to be Father Delaney in the movie. Now there's obviously this whole story is layered deep in myth and folklore, and there's no tangible proof that the priest actually experienced anything that was said to have experienced in the movie. I mean, you be the judge. It's basically been dismissed as a hoax. There were Native American tribes that lived along the Bay Area and the shores of Long Island, of course, but there is no record of there being any burial site whatsoever where they built a home at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, which is now 108. One of the subsequent owners changed the address. Now, if you're going to visit the actual house, you know, you should know that they're not so welcoming of outside visitors going there for that purpose alone. But yeah, this is it. Filming location tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Very interesting. Stay tuned for actual footage of the real Amityville location coming up right now.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
This is a really interesting story. As the chain of events go, the murders happened in 1974, and Ronald DeFeo Jr. was actually tried and convicted of second-degree murder a year later. Following that, the Lutz family moved in, and they were only there for 28 days until they basically hightailed it out of there, leaving everything, all their belongings behind. And there was also a famous novel by writer Hanson in 1977, and then of course the infamous 1979 horror movie itself. You know, since then there have been books to follow and movies to follow, and it's basically become, you know, it's legendary. In fact, the mayor actually instituted a ban on parking on the street, and I think if you try to do a search for the address on Google, it's blocked. So just bear that in mind, and when considering the whole situation. Some people were welcoming, but overall, you know, just be aware, you know, have some consideration and respect for the situation itself, and you know, everything will be fine for the most part.